Welcome back to The Way with Jazz and Tae. Before the break, we got into our interview with Darrell, learned a little bit more about his process, history behind what got him into this, as well as kind of what he expects to take this in the future. Now we're going to go ahead and get into our hot topic, which we're really excited about. It's basically surrounding a Twitter clip that we saw. It's a different podcast, 8 at the Table, and this clip from this particular episode started going around where the host started talking about what do you bring to the table, and this is talking about men and women. You know, what do we bring to the table? And the larger discussion was surrounding finances and relationship, but Twitter got stuck on this seemingly disrespectful candor towards Erin, one of the female hosts, when she was asked what she brought to the table. Let's take a listen to the snippet now. Benny?
And Amanda alluded to that. She's saying if you make less, okay, cool. But if you make less and you still can't take care of the basic necessities in this relationship or in our house, that's the problem. If you make less and you fail to monetize a skill that you have that financially benefits our household, that's a problem. Okay, cool. You make 60, but you're also an electrician. That brings in 40,000 extra in our house a year. That means all the lights, the ceiling fans, all the electrically based or whatever, you take care of it. So that's monetizing what your skill is. So it adds to our household.
And that's called providing. Everything that you're telling me can be bought. Guess what? I can have an assistant order me paper towels and toilet paper and groceries on Amazon. Actually, I get Whole Foods delivered to my house weekly. It's a subscription. I get meal preps every week. My meal preps is $120 and I get 3 meals a day. I make myself my own breakfast. That's 4 square meals. I have another cleaning lady. She charges me $100 a week to come clean. You are only saving me $600. What you're bringing to this table is a service that can be paid for versus what a man has to bring to the table for your life. You can't buy somebody to buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house. I can't buy a person to come give me a house, give me a car, take care of me, and make sure all my bills are in the house.
But I can still do that. That's what
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that you're not. And I'm saying that you're not willing to.
So I wanted the full clip to play because it got deeper, and I feel like the things that he was saying to her got a little bit more disrespectful. I also feel like there's a lot of things that we can kind of like touch on from what he said. Okay, so they're having this discussion, and what was said at the beginning of their podcast was that women these days make more money than men do. And that's how we got on the whole topic of, you know, if you're making more money, but the man is still supposed to be the provider, the one that's bringing home the bacon and is paying all the bills, then what do you do for me that, and he's saying that I can't already pay for? How do you guys feel about what he had to say, first and foremost? I'll go to Darrell first.
I thought he was triggered, honestly. He sounded very triggered.
You feel me?
He sounds like he's had to do all of this stuff out of like necessity because he hasn't had a partner able to kind of like work with him in these, like, you know what I mean? He sounds bitter. I do this on myself because I have to, or like, I can't, I got like, you sound bitter.
Yeah. I also feel like, to me, the entire discussion's a bit like based in antiquated like ideals. Like, it's this whole thought that the man's supposed to be the provider and the woman's supposed to be cooking and cleaning. Like, even what she says, I take issue with, because I'm like, I'm not coming to a table saying I cook, I clean, I do this. Yeah, I'll do those things, but I also think that it should be a split type of situation in this day and age. Also, if I'm the breadwinner, then we're splitting the bills. I don't expect you to be paying for everything or to be the one to buy me a house. He also said that, like, you can't buy someone to buy you a house. And I thought that was funny because I was like, I'm literally a single woman with no man going through the process of trying to buy myself a house. If I get with someone, I will still have this house that I bought.
And it's yours.
Myself, and it's mine. So either we'll be living there or we'll find something else that both our names will be on. Like, I would never move into a situation where we aren't splitting that. Like, you're not going to have your name on the deed and then I'm just kind of out of luck if something goes awry. Like, it just couldn't be me. I also think that, like, his thoughts on, you know, the men have to provide, it's antiquated. Like, I I think that him saying, well, I'm bringing money and a house and all these things to the table. I'm like, I don't need you to bring any of those things to the table. Like Aaron was saying, I'm bringing them myself. Was I not taking care of myself before I met you? Like, I'm a whole grown adult. What do I look like waiting for somebody to make my life and my dreams come true? You know what I'm saying? So what I wanted to ask you guys, now that we've listened to their clip, what do you bring to the table? Or what should we be bringing to the table?
I mean, I would say, it should be equal for sure. That's one thing. I definitely think it should definitely be equal. I knew me personally, I don't even think about it in like a monetary type of thing. I mean, of course I want, the bills to be paid. I want everything to be taken care of and whatnot, but it's nothing like, oh, you're supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that. We're both human. We're both supposed to, if we want to be together, we got to just take care of each other in general. Absolutely. And that's it. And just the main thing, and this is what I felt like there was the problem within that whole argument with them, was just like, there was like, it sounds like lack of communication in everyone. I think, or within their own relationships, maybe, or past relationships, I think communication is like the biggest thing you should bring to the table. Because if you have communication, then you don't have to worry about really any of those issues, honestly, because you be able to communicate, hey, like, I had a bad week. Like for me, it's like a freelancer or something. Like if I have like a bad month or something, clients, like things aren't going well and whatnot. If I can communicate something like that, then that should make things better versus like, thinking like most men would think, oh, I got to take care of this and I can't say nothing. I got to figure it out on my own.
It's a pride thing.
You tell it. Yeah, exactly. You should put your pride away.
You're right, because ultimately what you're saying, like with the communication, like ultimately that can build a stronger bond and relationship with your partner anyways. Like the fact that you can be open and honest about something like that most people, men or women, aren't necessarily comfortable with. Like men and women both have that whole issue of pride and asking for help and all that kind of stuff, or admitting, like you said, I've had a bad month and sorry, babe, we're not going out this month because I literally cannot afford to. But hey, if you want to go out and you got it, let's go. Like, right. You can take us out. I just can't take us out.
Right.
As long as you can talk about it, though. I mean, it just like it fixes all the issues. You don't have to worry. It doesn't matter who makes more, who makes less, nothing. As long as you can communicate, like, you can at least. I do love how Aaron like tapped on, like, you can provide like the bare minimum as long as you're able to take care of, like, even if you're the male that makes less in the relationship, as long as you can provide what's needed, y'all split the bills and stuff like that, you can communicate it and you're good.
Yeah. I wasn't
go ahead. Jess.
I wasn't sure what her point was when she was talking about, like, you have a skill as an electrician, that's an additional $40K. Like, is she saying that you should be getting 2 jobs? Is that what she was saying? Sorry,
I think that what she was saying is that it's like there are dudes out here that they think that something like being an electrician is beneath them.
Oh, no, honey.
That's a trade. And like,
that's a job.
Exactly. So it's like, regardless of how much you're going to be making, take
a job is a job. I got
exactly.
you.
And it's funny because the older that I get, the less how much a man makes matters to me, because again, like I said, I'm doing well for myself at the end of the day. I don't care about your money. Like, if you don't have it, that's fine. I've got it. We can work something out. I care more about how you treat me and, how we communicate with each other and whether or not we actually get along. The money is just like an added bonus or not. But like she said, if you don't make as much as me, that's fine, as long as you're taking care of your business. Like, as long as you're not out here like just sitting around being sad because I don't make enough money. I literally was in a relationship like this and I was like, I don't want it because you're too stuck on the things that don't matter to me. Like, at the end of the day, we like each other. Are we going to try to make it work? But you want to be stuck on the fact that you don't think you're good enough for me, and I can't do that. I can't.
He was letting his own insecurities get in the way. Yeah.
And I think that, again, it's that communication piece with everything. It's like, if we can't communicate with each other about emotional stuff, about financial stuff, like, what are we even doing? It's just going to cause problems at the end of the day. I have one last question. I think we all know the answer to this, but I felt like it kind of goes along with the conversation that we're having. And someone actually asked this to us on IG. Shout out to the Darsh _206. Jasmine, do you know who that is? Actually,
Marshall.
Thank you, Marshall, for this question. He asked, in a romantic relationship, what is more important, financial or emotional security? And I'd like to answer it first. I want to say I want both. Okay, like I think that it comes down to having to choose whether you want emotional or financial security, but I would like to have both of these things. And I don't think that I should have to choose one in order to get the other. I think that when it comes to relationships, I've been doing a lot of work lately, and it's all about investments. And I think of the investments I want are emotional. Like I want you to be interested and to be pouring into me. But I also would not mind if you spent a little change on me either, you know, like, and it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be something as small as like you went and got a charcuterie for a picnic. It was thoughtful and you spent a little something. Like I love charcuterie boards. That's $20.
I love that you use that as an example too, because a lot of people, I feel like, especially in this day and age, materialistic or will immediately go to materialistic ideas. And no, like if you can spend a little coin on me just to let me know what you think of me, and like you said, it's a charcuterie board, like that means a lot more than like getting a Louis bag or something. A Louis bag would be nice, but I don't need a Louis bag.
Or even if it's like, you know, ooh, this week for me was hard because I had all these bills and my student loans came out, and they're like, I want to do something with you. I want to take you out of town. And you're like, I don't really feel comfortable going out of town right now. And they're like, I've got you. Don't worry about it. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
it's a partnership.
Got my back and I've got yours when it matters.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely both go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Because even like as far as just like that emotional security, just being able to, you know, spend that little coin, just like to just show you're thinking about that person. That helps out a lot. And plus, like the number one thing I think for any downfall in a relationship anyway is always financial. So you have to. Right. You know, that starts a lot of arguments. A lot of divorces are made because of, you know, financial disagreements and stuff like that. So obviously finance is definitely something that has to be in there to make sure that, you know, the emotional security can be there too.
All right. Do we have time to very quickly have Darrell tell the people where they can find him on social?
Go.
Okay. So you can find me on all social platforms at Fuego _Gatsby. On YouTube at Primex Entertainment, and yeah, that's where you can find me everywhere.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an amazing interview and show. That's all we have for you guys today. Tune in next Thursday. Peace.
Bye.
As always, thank you so much for tuning into The Way. Catch you next week, same time, same place. Follow us on Instagram at The Way Jazz and Tae and on Twitter at The Way JT.
Don't be afraid to DM us if you have any questions or suggestions about the show. Until next time, bye.
Peace.